Look at this. So, this is a new series I'm starting called Three Titles to Try. And the concept is very simple. As I'm sure you saw in the cold open, I went to my local bookstore, well, local to my job, that's really just down the street from me. And I picked out three titles to pick up and read to see if I wanted to keep going with it or not. Yes, the rules are very simple. Rule one, pick out three titles. Rule two, they have to be books that I have never read before. So if it's something that I read a long time ago and then got rid of it somehow, can't pick it up. Rule number three, read about 20 to 30 pages of it. And if it's a book that I am getting engrossed by and I read a little bit more, we'll keep it. If it's a book that's just really, really boring, I will donate it to there's a local book depository in my neighborhood that I can bring it to donate. So it's not going to be trash. Don't worry, folks. Nothing of the sort is going to be happening. So the three books that I have here for this very first episode. First, we have right here The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. And it seems like they're going for a kind of Artful Dodger type story going on here. The character's name is Locke Lamora, and he is part of a guild of thieves. I'm trying not to give too much away, just to keep myself as surprised as you guys will be. So this is the first title I picked up. The second one is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke, as you can see here. Very, and it won a Woman's Prize for Fiction in 2021. And I've been told that Susanna Clarke is kind of like the writing style of Neil Gaiman. So anybody who wants to kind of replace his books with books from less problematic authors, this would be the one to go for. And finally, we have The Lighthouse at the End of the World by Philip A. Suggars, which seems like it's another thief is the main character in this book. So I guess the theme here, for the most part, is thieves. So yeah, once I am finished reading these books, or at the very least reading the first 20 or so pages of it, I will give an assessment. So you'll have to pardon me. I've got some reading to do. Okay, well, as you can see, it's the next day and change of clothes. And I did my reading, and for the most part, it was pretty good. So, starting with this, The Lies of Locke Lamora. Now, with this book, I was getting very distinct, as I said, kind of Artful Dodger vibes from it. Um, and like Fagin from Oliver. And very British humor, very interesting stuff going on. There was one or two lines where I found myself going, "Ooh, that's a little extreme," but I don't think that's going to be any kind of um, continuing thing in this book. Basically, Locke Lamora is a young orphan that is found by one of the thieves in this great book. You'll have to forgive me. The thief's name escapes me. Thief Maker. There we go. I should probably have known that. But I was digging it. This was, it had my attention. It's the kind of humor. I was also getting distinct vibes of Discworld, especially with the Thieves Guild. So I think this could be something pretty good. So I'm gonna give this a thumbs up and put it in the gonna continue to read it pile. So there we go. Very first book, thumbs up. Um, I really wanted to like this book. I heard very good things about it. Heard that it was a very good substitute for Neil Gaiman, but I gotta tell you, the first 20 or 30 pages of this book were so long winded. It actually, I was starting to lose focus because essentially it's this big house that houses many statues, and Piranesi is one of two people that lives in this house, along with somebody called the Other. And it takes the form of journal writing that Piranesi does. And I gotta give it to you straight. Susanna Clarke seems to really like focus on just over explaining and overwriting of things. I sat here looking at this and going, are they going to get to the point anytime soon? I kind of flipped ahead and looked at a couple of passages, and it just was not catching my interest. So I have to, unfortunately, with a very heavy heart, give this one a pass. And it's going to go right into the donation cycle. So we are one positive, one negative. Let's see if we can break that tie with the lighthouse at the end of the world. Um, Again, it seems like it's a very British sensibility, except that it's takes place in the modern day. Um, if you've ever seen the movie Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, or movies similar to that, it's kind of the vibe I was getting. The main character, Oyster, um, is a con man working for a local gang, and apparently he's going to be switched into a different world. And I have to tell you, this kind of hooked me. I'm like, huh, what's going to happen next? It's kind of weird that they call Oyster's parents by their first names, and it seems like Oyster refers to his parents by their first names, but maybe that's just the writing style of Philip A. Suggars. But yeah, I am gonna keep going with this one. Got me hooked. So to review, um, it's these two, which strangely both of them had to do with British thievery in a way. Definite thumbs up. Piranesi, Piranesi, I should say. On the other hand, I just could not get into it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard a lot of people who swear by this book say it's a great book, and those are valid opinions. But to me, it just it just wasn't holding my interest. Yeah, so that's it. We're gonna give a summation of this, and if you guys want to check these books out, look them up in your local Barnes and Noble, eBay, wherever you might find books. So until then, I am signing off.